Yo, what's good? It's your boy Mert here with a rare solo stream. Scooch, unfortunately, unable to make it tonight. So thought I would do something a little different, which is like basically just talk through fantasy football draft. My league's actually drafting tonight. This is league with some college buddies, some of their family, bunch of Northern Jersey folk. Shout out Bergen County. That's where a lot of them are from in this league. So draft starts in 2 minutes. So basically, if I was like a legit YouTube streamer, I'd be like, all right, like, and I'd share my screen, live stream, but obviously I'm not because I have a job. So the way we're going to do this, I'm zooming it, right? And I'm going to just record the Zoom screen share of the draft, post it afterwards. So hopefully it works. And you're going to just talk through it. Draft's actually starting right now. So I'm going to start the screen share, sharing the entire screen on here so you can. Basically, the plan here is we're going to use the draft, not really to make it about fantasy football, but really to use this fantasy draft. Look at me trying to Reddit how to do this. Streamlabs OBS. Obviously, don't have that shit. So, all right, draft's about to start. Where is it at? Okay, so yeah, we're going to use it to preview. Obviously, me and Scooch will do a real NFL preview, but it's going to be after week one, honestly. So we'll react to week one. We'll preview the rest of the season. But I'm going to use this draft to just give you my thoughts on the team. So basically, as people are picked, as I'm just deliberating between two people, I'll just like use that to give some vibes I have with that player. Obviously, the team. First overall pick. First of all, if it were me, I would be going between Bijan. Did they go Bijan? Oh, Jamar Chase, obviously. Yeah, I'd be between Bijan, there he goes, and Gibbs. I do think Barkley takes a little dip. I just like can't imagine him keep doing the exact same thing. Justin Jefferson third. He went like seventh in the other draft I recently have done. That feels reachy to me. I don't know. Do we trust JJ McCarthy to be doing a good enough job? Let's start by talking about Vikings. This might move too fast to really preview as many teams as I want to, as that I'd like to. I think the Vikings are going to be phenomenal this year. Huge Viking guy this year. Don't think there's going to be, I've heard a lot of people saying they're going to dip. Do not like there's going to be a dip after last year losing Sam Darnold. Nah, I don't think so. However, I do think JJ McCarthy is not conducive to like a fantasy receiver eating, at a prolific fourth or third overall pick level. Um, so I'm really hoping McCaffrey falls to me. Why? Because I think the Niners will have a good year. Let's talk while we wait for this person who should pick. Gibbs or Barkley is a tough pick. I think I'd go Gibbs. Curious what you think. But yeah, let's talk Vikings first for a sec. That is one of the most sound defensive operations in the NFL. Flores is a phenomenal coach, dude. I'm pretty sure he'd be a good head coach too, but Lord, is he an elite defensive coordinator. They have great. Is no one picking right now? It's weird this is taking so long. Pick between one of those two. Oh, I'm sure it's hard to pick. Yeah. Obviously, Saquon is goaded, but I just think the Detroit situation is gonna be good this year. Gibbs is gonna be it was good last year. I don't think losing Ben Johnson is going to be enough for it to fall off the map. They're definitely going to continue to rub the football. You can't fault someone going Saquon Barkley fourth overall, though. He obviously carried me last year. Not obviously. I had him last year. Guy carried me. Okay, the Vikings. So I love Flores' blitzes. He blitzes differently than other people there. Yeah, Gibbs fifth. What a steal. Oh my God. Can please tell me McCaffrey's going to fall to me seven. Um, they defend everything well. They defend the run well. They defend the tight ends, slot guys well. I do worry maybe that a great X receiver might have success against the Vikings. But that's like, I mean, it's a tiny weakness in an overall really, really balanced unit. And I just think they have a good offensive line. The way they dominated the Patriots, I'm a Pats fan if you don't know that. The way they dominated us in joint practices and just all the reports I'm hearing about what the Vikings are doing. Like, yes, the Pats suck. I got McCaffrey. Let's fucking go, dude. 100%. I mean, yes, he could get injured. Obviously, McCaffrey gets injured. That fucks you. But if he's healthy, we know how Shanahan plays with his dinking and dunking to the running backs. McCaffrey will get like 8 to 10 receptions many games. I don't know. Holy shit, do I think that's good value at seventh overall. So let's talk now. I don't want to make this like just a fan. There's enough YouTube content about fantasy football. I'm not even that great at it, though I am solid. I'm not that great. So I'm not some fantasy expert. I will never pretend to be. Um, but boy, do I think the Niners are going to be much better than they were last year. I'll start off by saying think it's an overpay for Brock Purdy. He is not the guy for me. Oh, Amon-Ra St. Brown is a phenomenal pick. Who did that? He's not. So the thing, because I'm focusing on just talking to the YouTube verse and not, I'm like not really going to be focusing on who my competition is getting on their team. I'll just do that after the draft. You know what I mean? I'm gonna, yeah, yeah. CD Lamb, I do not like that pick, Mason. Oh, CD Lamb is 6 overall, just because I worry. So let's go Niners, then we'll talk Cowboys. Agenda in my mind. Sticking with the Niners. I think Brock Purdy was overpaid. I don't see him as that elite guy, but boy, is the floor high with Brock Purdy. If assuming he stays healthy as well. I I think they should try to sign Kendrick Bourne. They should really make that play. But if not, like between Jennings and Kittle, they actually don't have that many. I'll look up the Niners depth charts. I mean, it just reinforces why I think Niners will eat. Niners depth chart. I mean, we know Ayuk's going to be out till like at least week 6. Wait, what? I'm here. Fuck out of here. We can leave this page. This is the active one. I'm up in 2 picks. So I went running back first. So I tend to go. I always tend to, maybe not always, tend to split my first 2 picks between running back and receiver. You want to have one guy in each department. I'm hoping Nico Collins can be that guy. Love what CJ Stroud's going to do this year. Um, and a lot of people are counting out CJ Stroud. Boy, I think they're so mistaken. I think CJ Stroud's a special player with really, really high upside. He has a low floor. Back to the Niners. Speaking of floors, the floor with Purdy's high. Oh, let's look at their. Oh, fuck, I gotta pick in a minute. But who are his other pass catching options between? Oh wait, Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall. He's gonna be so fun. Yo, he is a good pick. Valdez Scantling, whatever. He can stretch the field. She's like still what a legend. Sky Moore is a very solid option. Oh my God, the Niners are gonna be a very, very good team. I'm on the clock and I get Nico. But 2 rounds in a row, I got the guy I wanted. Let's get it going, boys. Why do I like Nico so much in this pick? Let's talk Texans. Oh, Texans depth chart. Tank Dell's still hurt. They lost Diggs. Kirk, we all know. I mean, we all know Christian Kirk's a very, very fine player, but I mean, he's fine. Higgins is a high upside. Higgins is obviously a rookie coming out of Iowa State. He was one of 2 guys at Iowa State. Who's the other guy? I'm completely blanking. Noel. Higgins and Noel were probably the best 1-2 receiver punch in the Big 12. I don't know if that's maybe a bit of a reach of a comment right now, but boy, they were a hell of a combo. They didn't have that loser Beck throwing them. The Anthony Beck son, what's his name? Is it Anthony Beck's son, the quarterback at Iowa State. Rocco, yeah, I thought so. Rocco Beck's kind of mediocre. So those 2 didn't get to attract the national. Like if you're not a college football fan, you probably don't know who Higgins and Noel are. If you're a college football fan, yeah, you notice like they were both pretty elite in their own way. Higgins more of a slot guy. Higgins, good hands, can take a hit and hold on to the ball, go in the middle of the field, runs quick, precise routes. I think Higgins is gonna be very good. Wait, back to here for a second. So Higgins is gonna be very solid. Kirk's whatever. So I worry about maybe the variety of pass catching options. Preston Varios. Wait, they got both? Wait, Noel and Higgins both went to the same team? How did I fucking miss this? Just reinforcing how much I love CJ Stroud this year. Wait, how is that not more of a story? Higgins, Noel, Texans. Give me like an article. Give me a fucking article. America's not right. Wow. You take these guys and go from Rocco Beck to CJ Stroud. Am I coming up soon? Who's been getting picked? Okay. I'm not done talking about the Niners, but whatever. Yeah, I guess I am. I guess my idea isn't really going to play out because things move too fast. I think AJ Brown's picked too high. Brian Thomas Jr. is phenomenal. Drake London's phenomenal. What a fit. I love the Falcons this year. Love Michael Penix Jr. He'll be so solid. Irving, high upside. Great pick by super necessary. Jonathan Taylor, man, I just worry about the Colts, man. I worry about that Colts offense. I love Jonathan Taylor, the player. I mean, he's my. I know how old he is because he's my age, right? Am I right that he's 30? No, he's younger. He's my brother's age. Is that what I'm thinking? So I put you on blast. He's one. No, he's younger than both of us, and I'm bugging. He's only 26. Doesn't it feel like Jonathan Taylor's been playing for a while? I feel like he was on Wisconsin ages ago. It's only 26. It shows the running back. It's so unfair for these running backs. The fact that people talk about him like he's a grizzled old veteran. The guy's 26. All right. So I, having one solid receiver, one running back, can really play the board. Pick three. I tend to go running back. My round three bias is like, okay, you've gotten one of each. The running back's going to be harder to come from. Like, look already, we're kind of getting to low quality running back. So I'm just going to look here. Um, hate hate the Karen Williams fantasy play. I mean, he's good for the actual Rams. He's good, and he gets a lot of work. A could see the injury. B could see the regression. C worry about anyone on the Rams. They just picked him. Huh. Mason, I worry about anyone on the fucking Rams if Stafford's back goes out. That offense is just gonna fucking nosedive. I will go James Cook. Easy pick. Easy pick. Top. Sometimes you just listen to what the fucking ranking says. Like you cannot blindly listen to what the ranking says. Holy shit! Sometimes the ranking's like I don't agree with that one, but sometimes you got it. The Bills offense, you know, they're going to be moving the football. You know, they're going to be getting into the red zone. Oh my god, this ad won't fucking skip. They're going to be getting into the red zone seven, six, 7 times a game. Am I overstating that? 5, 6 times a game? I don't know. So yes, Allen, it's not gonna be 7 times. That's absurd. 5, 6 times a game is honestly reasonable sometimes with them. So Cook runs really, really hard. I don't know if you noticed Cook's explosive. It's like, I mean, it does remind me of Dalvin a little bit. But like he is that more than Josh. So I get Josh Allen's huge, but like there are gonna be short yardage situations where they're like going with Cook makes sense. It's not Josh Allen, I don't know, tush push or whatever QB sneak they do. But obviously James Cook would be a first round pick if he was getting goal line carries, I think. So yes, it's factored in that Josh Allen's going to steal some. That's why I got him in the third round. But considering how good the Bills offense will be, how hard James Cook runs, as far as I know, the guys had no injury history. Has James Cook missed NFL time? If he has, it's been like a couple games. I mean, everyone gets hurt, so of course he's missed up. But like compared to other running backs, I feel like he's been pretty healthy. Great pick by my. I love my three picks. I don't know if you disagree. Um, T. Higgins, great pick. I don't remember who D's nuts is. But boy, do I think that, with Chase gets so much attention, like so many teams are gonna scheme, and Chase will still get his, but the way that coaches will scheme for Chase, like Higgins is gonna eat, bro. And the Bengals will be excellent offense. I mean, I can't say they're gonna be a great team because the defense is still ass, but I would take over in the Bengals game all year long. Like look at, I mean, that'll be factored into the lines, of course, and that'll make them higher. So not necessarily, right? But as a principle, Bengals over, probably gonna hit. All right. So now in the fourth round, you start thinking, do we reach for a QB? See what QBs are on the board. Is there anyone? Oh, I could go Josh Allen. He was just picked. Never mind. I was gonna say I could go Josh Allen, James Cook, double up. So now the question is reach for Lamar, or so then we'll weigh that against who would the receiver. Yeah, so you got Garrett Wilson, you got DK Metcalf, Xavier Worthy have a great year. Mike Evans is gonna have a great year. McMillan, I think could be very, very good. I don't want a Carolina receiver personally. I just worry about that operation as a whole. But he'll get a lot of carries, and I don't know, Young's fine. I don't think Young blows. But I would not draft Ted McMillan here personally. I would consider Metcalf. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is going to be losing, so they're going to be going downfield. Like, I love the situations of the Steelers going to suck, right? Calling it Mike Tomlin's first bad year. So they're going to be losing. They're going to be throwing to Metcalf. Love the Mike Evans. I'm between Metcalf, Mike Evans, and I should consider Garrett Wilson, right? So I'm not even considering Lamar Jackson right now. We're going receiver here. I'm grabbing an elite receiver. They're all going to be gone by the next time I pick. Mm, so here's what I'm thinking. The Jets have a relatively easy schedule, but I don't trust Fields enough. We're not going him. We're between Metcalf and Mike Evans. Are we going Mike Evans? Gut feeling says Mike Evans. Head says Metcalf. We're going gut feeling. Um, I don't know if that's the right pick. So notice I went way down the board there. I just love the Buccaneers offense. I mean, Liam Cohen is gone. That's gonna make a difference, by the way. But I love, do you watch the Bucks play offense? It makes you smile. Like I go in like I'm not a Buccaneers fan, but what I'm watching is pleasing to the soul. I mean, it's beautiful. The Bucks move the football, and Baker Mayfield, uh, is playing such elite football. Like one reason that I was able to pass on Lamar Jackson with confidence is that okay, I can get Bake May or someone. Maybe I won't get Bake May, but someone of relatively solid. I don't know. Passing on Lamar might be stupid. Ultimately, I think having two very good receivers on the team is a harder thing to accomplish than getting a very solid quarterback. So I am passed on Lamar for that reason. But again, I'm not here to talk about fucking fantasy. Let's talk about the right. Like you don't need another fucking fantasy strategy guy. Let's talk about the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens very well. This could be their year. I haven't made a play on them future to win the Super Bowl. I do want to just watch it a little bit, but I'm itchy. Like the trigger finger is itchy. Like I'm ready to push like a C note on Ravens to win the Super Bowl. I'm ready. I think this is the year. Why do I think this is the year for the Ravens? One, I think this might be Derrick Henry's like last like very. I don't know if he knows it. I don't think he would acknowledge it, but this is kind of like I don't have a great analogy, so I shouldn't say kind of like the way I look at Derrick Henry this year is it's a team that's aligned to like work through him, like everyone like organizationally, like vertical alignment, like Derrick Henry, like we're thinking about him, right? I think there's an awareness that that unique weapon is there's no way it's as good next year as it is this year. And then the year after that, like you're really about to lose that angle. So this Lamar, Derrick Henry, elite running game in both respects. And then of course Lamar is he's such a better passer than people give him credit for. I think because he's such an effective runner, people like make assumptions about his throwing that are not accurate. He's not Geno Smith with the way when Geno was back in the day. Geno's gotten better. But you know what I mean? Even now though, Geno will like throw stupid picks, I think at a level that I don't Lamar does. Lamar has been much better, much more careful with the football, but it's not really about Lamar. I mean, he'll be great, but I don't think Lamar is an MVP this year. This is the Ravens' keys to success, right? Lamar MVP, they don't win the Super Bowl, but the running game with Lamar just being effective, doing the thing, not making mistakes. I could get Joe Burrow. We're grabbing Joe Burrow, right? So I got the very good receiver. I have a running back. Okay, so Joe Burrow's the gut feeling. Is there an elite tight end on the board? Sam Laporta and Hawkinson are both very good, but not you don't reach that. Is there a running back that makes me say better than Burrow? I like Hall the player. I don't love the fit. Not sold on Swift. Not touching Pollard. Not touching Montgomery. Yeah, we're not even considering running back here. No one here is Burrow's gonna have a very, very, very good fantasy year. Like obviously, unless he gets hurt. Are there any receivers I need to have? I really do want to grab Cortland Sutton. Um, but yeah, I mean, all these guys are solid. Jameson Williams, would love to get Jameson Williams later, but like, I definitely am not so excited about Marvin Harrison Jr. that I got to reach on him. We are getting Joe Burrow on the team. Situational. I do rate the player, but like the Bengals situation, man, nothing is better. Nothing's more underrated in fantasy for your quarterback than your team's defense sucking. The Bengals defense sucks. Situationally, let's not make it about Joe Burrow, just make it about the fundamentals. That quarterback is going to therefore be passing downfield a lot. Yeah, I might throw a couple more picks, but in fantasy terms, you can eat a few picks if you're getting the touchdowns, right? If you're getting 350 yard, dare I say 400-yard games every so often. Uh, but like 350 on a consistent level. Joe Burrow fantasy this year, yo, I think my team is fucking stacked. So Burrow, McCaffrey, Cook. See, now looking at the roster as a whole, I don't feel as great about the Cook pick. I do wish I had a slightly more higher upside too. I don't know. Just because I'm obviously McCaffrey can get it because here's my regret with my team right now, or my second guess, not necessarily regret. Because of McCaffrey's very, very high possibility of getting injured, which maybe I'm just saying that because now I have him, so I feel like he's gonna get hurt. Is Cook enough to really carry you? I'm now like running back deficient. And I love the receiver room we're building already. Can't wait to see what guys I can add later. But like there's no receiver here right now that I need to take so badly that it justifies the running back situation. I will say I love Jameson Williams, love Cortland Sutton for different reasons. So Cortland Sutton love for like the reliable, like he's gonna get the targets. But who else is Denver throwing to, bro? Mims? Where's Mims? Far down do you have to go? My bug? He hasn't already been picked, right? Like all the way down to 140 for my guy Marvin Mims. Am I correct? There's no other Denver. I don't even know who their tight end is. I mean, like Cortland Sutton's their receiver. Like that makes him so tempting to pick. I don't think he'll be there next time. But I want the third string running back. I'm not willing to see McCaffrey get hurt and then that be the fall of my team. You're worried that are there enough solid guys? Contradicting myself. You're fine with Dobbins. I'm fine with either Denver running back. Fine with Bill. Not fine with anyone below Dobbins. Sorry, Ramondre is my guy. I feel guilty saying it, but I'm not. Everyone below Dobbins, just fantasy wise, I mean, I feel like Stevenson, like, if you listen to Patriots media, like, he's not emphasized in this scheme right now. He could be. I mean, the skill set's there, but I don't know. This is a Travion Henderson year for sure. Though who knows? I could be wrong. I'll say this. I could be wrong about that. Diminishing Mondre Steve could be very stupid. Who was just picked? DJ Moore. Okay. So quickly glancing at the receivers here. Do I love Cortland Sutton so much that I am willing to risk losing? And I'll pick again for a while. So losing out on this chunk here? The answer is no. I need someone from this chunk here. Like I get really worried. Like I'm sorry, Giants fans, Hawkeye Nation, but I do not want Tracy. I don't trust him. I like him, but I don't trust him. Warren, I don't like him, but I don't trust him, especially when Pittsburgh could trend downward. Eckler would be fine. Dobbins would be fine. I'm picking a running back, and I think I'm going to go Pacheco. Why am I going to go Pacheco? Wait, Q. Oh, I'm not up yet. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. Why am I going to go Pacheco? Don't. I'm just opting out of the Tennessee offense. I'm sorry. And Cortland Sutton was picked. Good job, D's nuts. Great pick by D's nuts. I think Cortland Sutton is going to be phenomenal for fantasy this year. But I'm a bit down on the Broncos, perhaps. We'll see. Pollard. Don't like the situation in Tennessee. Montgomery, I mean, that could be a very good pick. Montgomery could be a very good pick, especially as a three guy. Considering it. Jones, I've just never really loved the player. I do, again, like the Vikings fit. I don't have any other Vikings, right? Considering Jones, check. I just want in on the Chiefs offense in some way. I want in on the Chiefs offense in some way. You know what I mean? I didn't get Xavier Worthy in an ideal world. I think I have Xavier Worthy as my, I don't know, but I think I prefer Evans, right? I think Xavier Worthy has a high ass upside. We could talk about 200 yards, two touchdowns being a score line you see with that guy on the regular because he just has that home run hitting explosiveness that could be so good in fantasy and good for the Chiefs. So I would have loved to have him, but otherwise, the Chiefs will still. I don't think the Chiefs. I already told you. I think the Ravens make it out of the AFC, and I'll say this: if it's not the Ravens, it could be the Bills. I don't think the Chiefs are ordained by the heavens to be one of the final two teams in the AFC. I think this is the year. Fuck it. Go out on a limb. This is the year, boys. The Chiefs lose in the divisional round. Let's make it happen. Could just see it. Could see them losing to who's like the random wild card team that could upset them. The Chargers, and that's the opening match. Chiefs Chargers wild card round. That'd be at Arrowhead though, probably. They're not going to lose that game at Arrowhead. If they slip up in the regular season enough, can we look at the Chiefs schedule? And I do want to get back to the Texans, but let's just talk Chiefs quickly while they're at it. Just run through it. I have mad time before I'm picking, right? So let's just run through win and loss each one. Okay. Win, loss, win, loss, Loss. Chiefs, dude, I love let's I'm gonna will this is gonna be best case scenario for the Chiefs not winning the division or the Chargers being higher or whatever, so that wild card round matchup, Chiefs Chargers is in San Diego. We're in San Diego. Not at Arrowhead is what I mean. All right, I still have plenty of time. Let's go. Okay, so best case scenario, right? I'm gonna give the Chiefs in best case scenario. I'm saying rooting against the Chiefs. I don't actually hate the Chiefs, but I as probably gonna be someone who is a bet on on the Ravens way. Other Patriots fans hate the Chiefs. I don't subscribe to that. Why are you hating on the next dynasty? Just because it's the next dynasty. That's stupid. It doesn't invalidate what we did. I think it makes us just look salty that like the next team that does what the Patriots did are like, oh, fuck the Chiefs. Like what? Why? Why do you hate the Chiefs? Like the Chiefs are cool. You hated them with Alex Smith. You hated them with Trent Green. You hated them with Brock Heward. Like Matt Castle. Come on, that's our guy. Like the Chiefs are they're a respectable whatever team. Now with Mahomes, I get it. You hate but that you don't hate the Chiefs, right? You don't hate a team. Just like I don't hate, you know. I don't have a good. I keep saying just like, and then I don't have an example. Stick to what I'm on. So when I say best case scenario here, I want the Chiefs to lose as many games as possible so that the Ravens win the Super Bowl. Again, because that's what I'm betting on. Not because I'm some Pats fan who's salty about the Chiefs being better than us. Like lose that chip on your shoulder, Pats fans. All right, win, loss. I know it's at Arrowhead, but the fucking birds, baby. So win, loss, win, loss. Do I really have them losing both their first two games at Arrowhead? Yeah, I do. Win, loss, win, loss, loss, win, 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 loss, win, 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 Jesus Christ, win. Oh my God. They're not going to lose a game after. Actually, I'm not about to pick. After this Bills game, the Commanders Bills, I mean, that's tough 2 games. And then at Denver is challenging, but they'll win it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8 wins. If they try, they win these 8 games. So I have them at 8, 9. No, I have them losing that one. 9, 10, 11, 12. I have them at 12 and 5. That's probably good enough to win the division, and they would therefore have to would be that first game would be at Arrowhead. So maybe they do make the we'll see. Without getting into the weeds, I'll stick with the original take. The Chiefs do not make the AFC Championship, though. All right, I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to say the Chargers necessarily are going to be the team to beat them. But I will say it won't be the Broncos. This Broncos thing, I think they're going to be at 500. Yeah, let's relax with the Broncos. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. Cortland Sutton, as I said, will be good. Bo Nix will not suck. But Bo Nix will not be like he's not gonna. There's no way he outperforms Herbert, right? Like, sorry, you. They both. There's an easy 1-on-1 because they both play for Oregon. Like, if you watch college football, you cannot tell me Bo Nix is going to be a better NFL quarterback than Justin Herbert. Not, you can't tell me that. Maybe you can. We can talk about it another time. So what am I gonna do here? Been thinking about the Chiefs a lot, not my team. So we got everything, all the starters done except tight end. So we got to look tight end just to see TJ Hawkinson does. Hard to not pick TJ Hawkinson here. I think JJ McCarthy's the type. Remember what I was saying about JJ McCarthy and Justin Jefferson? The opposite applies with the tight end, and he gets picked right in front of me. The Shanahan job's good pick. Because JJ McCarthy's going to go to the tight end all the time. Not picking Travis Kelce. He's like they're gonna be resting him. He's old. Like he just no, not going with Travis Kelce. I love the player with Njoku, but I hate the Brown situation unless they play Shador. Boy, if I knew Shador would get in like week 5 and on, I would make this draft pick in a second. I can't with the Browns right now. Mark Andrews is a tempting pick, but it's also he feels like a regression candidate. Just don't love any of these tight ends. Don't love any of these tight ends. I have 45 seconds to pick one. And why am I definitely picking one? Because I feel like after a few of these guys are gone, they get really shit, man. I love Hunter Henry, but the Patriots offense is it's not Travion Henderson I don't want in fantasy wise. They might win games though. Yeah, and then everything gets really bad, right? Like Pitt, I'm sorry, you can't pick Pitts hurts. I mean, maybe I'll get Pitts later. Fuck it. Njoku, right? Fuck the situation. Yes, I don't love the situation, but again, maybe Shadur comes in. Shadur would work with the I don't want to. Yeah, fuck it. Let's go there. Let's go there. Shadur Sanders is ready. Okay, maybe not today, but I think he this see this foot this year this year will would be a better quarterback or would give the Browns a higher ceiling. I won't say a higher floor, a higher ceiling than any of their other quarterback options, including Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco offers the high floor, which I totally get starting week one. I would not, even if I were Stefanski, I would not start Shador week one. But if we're 2-4, 2-5, 2-6, let's look at the Browns schedule real quick. Question is, could the Browns get off to a really bad start? Oh, fuck, I'm about to pick. Okay. So after I picked a tight end, I thought there'd be a running field. Yeah, the running back. Oof, they got the last viable running backs. Let me tell you. Good pick, Baker Mayfield. You know, I like that pick by RF. Let's look running back just because I mean Bill would be a good pick here. Right. So Bill or Austin Eckler. What's the deal with that? Let's go. Bill or Austin Eckler. I don't know enough about oh my God. Why can't this be easy? All right, let's just see this Reddit. They have Eckler one. Bill four. What? What? What's that's cap? I'm so turned off by that I want to prove that person wrong and I'm picking Bill. Four? No way. Was that a bad pick? I am now a little curious. So, Bill, I should go back to that. I got so triggered by that comment that I should actually read more of the comments, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe I just fell victim to that too. But wouldn't his skill set be perfect for the Commanders offense? Yeah, like right, like yeah. Well, maybe that was a bad pick. I tell you though, the Commanders' offense and situationally, it's so hard with fantasy sometimes because like I don't follow these teams well enough to know the camp battles. Like I could tell you any position on the Patriots, but the only one that matters for fantasy is running back or them, and like I'm not okay. What about someone asking me, but Mert, like, should you take Diggs? Should you take Pop Douglas? Like, why would you not get one of those guys? It'd be a valid question. Why are you not going Hunter Henry? Hunter Henry's a good play. And I really hate the answer that I have to give. And it's that injuries are inevitable on the offensive line at some point. And once you get past our starters, the Patriots, like second and third string offensive linemen, are like beyond sus. And even the starters, we don't necessarily know what we're going to get from like three of them. Like Morgan Moses is like 36 now. Can we say we know he's going to be able to keep doing it at the level he did on the Jets? I don't think we can say that. I'm quite confident in Will Campbell, but he's a rookie. I'm quite confident in Jared Wilson, but he's a rookie. So that leaves what? On when you trust? I mean, it's one. There's literally one offensive lineman that I can like confidently be like, yeah, really trust Michael and White. Michael and Wenu gets hurt. Like, I go, so that's the problem. I believe in Drake May. I come at this as a pro Drake May guy. Like, from my pro Drake May perspective, I think the Patriots passing game has the potential to be quite poor this year. And I really hope I'm wrong, especially in fantasy terms. Um, One, because I think Travion Henderson's gonna do like a lot of it. But two, like the Patriots, like they have so many guys, like Kayshon Boutte, whoever, if you were to draft, let's say you draft Diggs, right? By week three, I guarantee you're like, fuck Kayshon Boutte, because like that guy's gonna get 6 targets one game. You know what I mean? Including two in the red zone. Or you're gonna say fuck Hunter Henry. Or it's just gonna be so much like the Josh McDaniels offense is not built for a fantasy wide receiver. That's a hell of a take that I just came up with on the spot, but it's actually facts. I've never heard anyone say that before. That's actually a unique insight from your boy. At least, I mean, I'm sure other people have said it. I've never heard it. But I'm just realizing it right now as I think about like the way that it worked, even the Mac Jones season, the way it worked under Brady, like it was sharing is caring with that guy, bro. Um, but also, yeah, so it's a combination of sharing it with all the guys. So Kayshon Boutte, Pop Douglas, Stephon Diggs, Hunter Henry. Yeah, I don't know if America knows the name Epton Chisholm, but you're gonna learn the name Epton Chisholm. He's the next Danny Amendola. That's literally Danny Amendola 2.0. If you remember Danny Amendola, he was just solid. Like he ran the route, he was there, he caught the football, first down. First down, move the chains, baby. Danny Amendola's in. He actually had a few drops, some key spots, but in general. Did Eckler go right after Bill? No, look how many picks go between Bill and Eckler. One, two, three, four, five, six. I might have still made the wrong pick, but that makes me feel a little better. It's not like he was picked right after. Travis Hunter's going to be sick in Jacksonville. People are sleeping on Travis Hunter. Holy shit, he was on the board this whole time. I didn't even register with me that Travis Hunter was an option. Um, Kobe Myers, it's interesting. He's the player, but he's like demanded a trade. Then they're like, nah, and so what's good with that? I mean, maybe he'll be fine. Maybe he'll be motivated and do great. Um, and then Dobbins will be so solid. The Shanahan jobs are building themselves a squad right now. Okay. Do I go? I got my third running back, Bill, but now I don't trust Bill because of that depth chart thing. I don't know. So we're going to go another running back. This is the last chance to get a decent running back. I've already talked about not really believing in Ramondre Stevenson. But we're in the ninth round. I'm an Iowa fan, so I love Caleb Johnson, but again, like just not certain on the Steelers. I mean, he'll get goals on carries. Eh, not. I don't trust it. Scatterboo, if it was next year, I would do it. Mason, that's not a bad pick. Either of the there are three Jacksonville people. Oh my God, all next to each other. Charbonnet's a nice handicap to have. We're going with Jordan Mason. We're going with Jordan Mason. Why are we going with Jordan Mason? I was going with Jordan Mason because the clock was ticking. Um, I don't trust Aaron Jones that much. I'm sure it's gonna. Oh my God, I hate these fucking ads. You know what sucks on YouTube is when you can't skip an ad in time, so then it starts another ad and that you can't skip. It's a hilarious dynamic. I think Jordan Mason could eat red zone carries. I think he could eat short yardage situations that build favorability. I could just see a world where Mason's leeching off him or the injury. And just even if he does well, it could be a they both eat type offense. I really think the Vikings will do well. And I think JJ McCarthy will dink and JJ McCarthy will dump. But Jordan Mason's not the best pass catching back. So I don't know how much that's going to apply to him. But man, maybe Jones. Jones who I could have had. So if I fucked up this draft, it could be that I could have had Jones over Mason, and I could have had, albeit in an early round, and I could have had Eckler over Bill, maybe in the same round. Um, I don't know. I think those could have gone either way, but I regret picking Bill over Eckler. From that one Reddit thing shows I don't really do deep fantasy research like that, you know. The rest of these running backs, like I actually like all the Jacksonville guys, kind of, but there are three of them, so that's tough. I think Tank Bigsby kind of resonates with me as the one I'd want the most in fantasy. ATN's the best player, highest talent. Scatterboo if it was next year, oh my God. And then Caleb Johnson if it was a better offense situation. But they might run the ball a lot. Caleb Johnson could have a very good fantasy year. I could have made a big mistake going Mason over Johnson. And then, yeah, Ramondre Stevenson. Again, like maybe I make a mistake, but I think everybody's kind of wise to avoid him. Again, just worried about from the reports I've heard from the local guys. Who knows? Um, is backup QB a question here? No. Why not? Because look how solid they are if you scroll down. Like I'm so happy getting Trevor Lawrence like in 2 rounds. Like I don't need any of these guys. So we're not even considering backup quarterback. Uh Time to get another receiver. Ricky Pearsall's on the board. So is that too much 49er investment? That's the question. McCaffrey and Ricky Pearsall. Is that too much buying in on the Niners? But I already have Evans or Egbuka. I don't want both. Although Egbuka's going to be great, by the way. Egbuka is a phenomenal fantasy pick. It might even be a smart handicap to have if Evans were to get hurt. Um, Jesus Christ. And then both Buffalo guys are pretty appealing to me. Wow, this is a tough situation. I like both players here, and I think you could get them next round. I think at least one of them will fall to next round. Yes, I already have Cook. I don't want to be over invested in that offense. Downs, Downs could actually be the type of player that Daniel Jones works well with. So you could get Downs in a later round. I think one of these two kids, the rookie, the second year guy, is going to have a huge year. So I got to pick one of these two. It's between one of these two. Um, the question is simply, do I worry more? They're both going to be great. I don't need to do research about that. They're both going to be great. Phenomenal. The question is, McCaffrey, Pearsall, or is that more problematic, or is Evans, Egbuka more problematic? I can't really see a world where I'm playing two Buccaneers receivers every week. We need to quickly look at the Bucs schedule to say, is this crazy to do? Bucs schedule. Could two Buccaneers wide receivers every week be viable? Yes-ish, no. Yes, no, no, maybe, tricky. Yes, yes, maybe, maybe. See all the maybes? We can't do it. We're going Ricky Pearsall, baby. We're going Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall is a baller, and I think he will get more targets than Juwan Jennings over the course of the year. Juwan Jennings might start the year higher in the depth chart. He also might not. It also might be Pearsall from day one. That is kind of a steal in the what round is that? 11th round? But yet I cannot celebrate it completely because the McCaffrey and Pearsall, that's like a lot of Niners. It's a lot of Niners. I don't have any other dynamic like that. And I can't, I love Ibuka as a player. I love Ibuka the fit. I would love the heavy investment in Baker Mayfield this year. That would come with having two Bucs receivers. But as we saw the schedule, like I need them to averaging 34 points a week for that to work, right? Uh, I can't make that risk fully. God, the Shanahan Jobs is going to win this league. Am I right about that? Every one of his picks, I love to be able to get him this late. Dude, look at the bench. Daniels, fuck dude, Daniels. Yeah, we already talked about I don't love Williams, but he could be very good. Yeah, I mean the running backs, I can see both of them not being phenomenal, but they're both really solid. Neither one's going to be whack. Neither one's going to be whack. Uh, yeah, I mean, CD Lamb and AJ Brown are both huge question marks for me, but the upside's obviously there. And then I love the tight end flex bench situation. Obviously, quarterback will do great. Yeah, maybe it's not as dominant a team as I feared by some of the draft picks seeing come in. But God, if Lamb and Brown are, cooperative teammates who get attention from the quarterback, like they should be pretty effective for fantasy. Well, I say for fantasy in CD Lamb's case and real life in AJ Brown's case, because I think the Cowboys are not going to be very good. But it won't be CD Lamb's fault that they're not good, right? Who got, yeah, here we go. Let's look at, yeah, here we go. Who we got there? Gibbs. Well, Walker, I just always worry about the injury with him. But yeah, very good. I mean, the Seahawks will run the ball a lot. Thomas Jr., incredible. Lad McConkey, incredible. Georgia Kittle, incredible. Ted McMillan is a flex. I don't hate it. Yeah, I told you about my concern with him, but if it's your flex, it could do a lot worse than flex. I mean, Pollard's solid backup to have, of course. Rasheed Rice is a high upside once he gets back. Myers is oh my God, I like this squad. He doesn't have a quarterback yet. Isn't that interesting? This is a great lesson in why you don't need to pick a quarterback early in fantasy. Yeah, here we go. The Dak Prescott cadence. That's an incredible fantasy team without a quarterback. He'll get one. Look who's on the board. Let's see who's on the board in the QB. Still can still go Herbs. I would not pick Caleb Williams, but God, he has a lot of weapons to work with, and Ben Johnson is his coordinator, so that could be a great fantasy fit. Drake May, I would not pick. Love though. Okay, the Fields. I'm not even talking about it. Love, fine for fantasy. CJ McCarthy, I think will do well for real life. I wouldn't want him in fantasy his first year starting personally. He'll do fine in real life. He will not be a super elite quarterback in real life. That's my take. He'll be fine. Am I on the clock yet? Okay, good. CJ Stroud, you're fine with him in fantasy. Goff, you're fine with him in fantasy. Tua, if he stays healthy, you're fine with him in fantasy. But I would, if you get Tua, you need a competent backup, of course. Trevor Lawrence. Ooh, why is he ranked so low? Googling that. Why is Trevor? That doesn't make sense to me. Ranked low fantasy. What's up with this? Inconsistent. Why Trevor Lawrence low ADP? What's up with this, dude? I don't get it. I don't understand why he's so far low. Injury, inconsistent performance. Liam Cohen's incredible. Fuck it. If I'm picking the quarterback here, I want fuck it. Taking it back. I'm taking it.
Level and had a really nice career.
What's this? What is this sound right now?
Diet health for a few hours. I earned more money than I would have in a full month at my previous job. If you want to learn to do that too, hop my Discord is completely
Oh,
free.
I don't know what just happened there. I thought I had like a lot more time, but then it seemed like I had no time at all. Did I just lose track of time and I was really on that much of the clock? I just feel like Trevor Lawrence with Liam Cohen could be like what Goff like Goff, Goff is obviously not the world's best fantasy quarterback, but for a couple of years there, he was surely like right up there, right? Um, Khalil Shakur went this late. See if we can get a Bills wide receiver. Is there one left? We just talked about, do I really want to have two Bills and two Niners? I mean, I feel like they're going to be so good this year, man. Right? The Bills are, this is going to be a very good year of Bill. Buzz into a sophomore campaign. He was a rookie last year. I didn't even realize that. Thought it was his. Joshua Palmer's a deep. Let's relax there. It's Shakur will get a lot of at the deep balls too. I don't know. I think Coleman could be a very good pick. Jaden Reed, it's just there's a lot of great. That's a you. I feel like Golden is the play of the Packers receivers. I just think Golden will be so much better than Reed that I wouldn't want to pick Reed and just be annoyed at Golden all year long. Keenan Allen could be a sleeping hell. He could be a sleeping giant down here. Who's the Chargers? Who's the Chargers depth chart? Chargers depth chart. Who else is he competing with for targets there? Oh yeah, Lad McConkey. Lad McConkey by far will be their one, but he'll be ahead of Quentin Johnson and obviously the others as the two. Um, boy, that's a tempting one. That's a tempting one. I'm not getting another running back. We already got two running backs in the bench. Or let's see, is there a running back that we want here? He could do a lot worse than having Tank Bigsby as a guy here, but Braylon Allen. Okay, I'm gonna wait on running back to try to get Braylon Allen later. Time is ticking. We are absolutely getting the receiver. It's either gonna be Keon Coleman or Keenan Allen. This is the higher upside. This is the higher floor. Oh, look at the receivers. I already like the upside from here. I like the upside from Pearsall. Let's look at bye week. Fuck, I always forget that. 12. Do I have any other 12s? Versus 7. I do have another 7. It's the same teammate. Haha, of course. We're going Keenan Allen. Fuck it. Why did I go Keenan Allen? Because the a similar thing with Mike Evans, where like it feels like there's like an air of like, oh, he's kind of washed, oh, he's been hurt, but like it's neither of those things is accurate. He should be that too. I mean, I again haven't been following Chargers camp, so I can't tell you, but he should be the number 2 after McConkey. Wait, who's their tight end? Uh Chargers depth chart one more time. Who is the Chargers tight end? Who's Will this be? Oh shit. From UW. I should know who he is. But I gotta be honest, I don't. Don't know the first thing about Will Disley, but I should. Yeah, he would have been at UW when like Browning was the quarterback, right? Anyway, am I up soon? I'm not. I'll just end the stream here. I feel like we've talked enough football. I'll talk about one. I'll end it talking about one more team. Nah, we out. Peace.